Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Ibu-ibu dan bapak-bapak, selamat datang ke the first annual General Assembly for Minang, USA. We're very pleased to have you. My name is Daniel Zair, and I'll be co-hosting tonight's event along with my dear brother, Malik Kadir. I would like to start off tonight's event by thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for allowing us to be here in this moment and work together as a community to build more programs for community upliftment and community support. I would like to start tonight's event by inviting Ustad Fahmi Zubair to give the opening dua for tonight's event. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, ya Ustad.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good to see you, Ustad.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam.
Ya, let's make doa, insyaAllah. Oke, alhamdulillah. Ya, let's make doa. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless this meeting, insyaAllah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make easiness, insyaAllah. A'udhu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Hamdan na'imin, hamdan syakirin, hamdan yuafi ni'amahu wa yukafi mazidah. Ya Rabbana lakal hamdu kama yanbaghi li jalali wajhika wa 'azimi sultanik. Allahumma shalli ala sayyidina Muhammad fil awwalin, Allahumma shalli ala sayyidina Muhammad fil akhirin, Allahumma shalli ala sayyidina Muhammad fil malil a'la ila yaumiddin. Allahumma ighfir lana wa li walidina warhamhuma kama rabbana shighara. Wa li jami'il muslimin wal muslimat wal mu'minin wal mu'minat al ahya'i minhum wal amwat mujibud da'awat ya qadir hajat. Allahumma anta rabban nas adhibil bas anta syafi اشف مرضانا اشف مرضى المسلمين أنت شافي لا شفاء إلا شفاؤك شفاء لا يغادر سقما. اللهم بلغنا رمضان. اللهم اجعل جمعنا هذا جمعا مرحوما وتفرقنا من بعده تفرقا معصوما ولا تجعل من بيننا ولا من حولنا شقيا ولا محروما. Ya Allah, pada hari ini kami memohon padamu ya Allah, berikanlah kemudahan-kemudahan dalam meeting, dalam musyawarah ya anggota ini ya Allah. Jadikanlah kami ya Allah orang-orang yang Engkau berikan keridhaan-Mu. Jadikanlah meeting pertemuan ini ya Allah Engkau berkahi. Jangan Engkau jadikan pertemuan ini ya Allah Engkau murkai. Ya Allah ya Rahman, jadikanlah yang terbaik di antara kami ya Allah memberikan kontribusi dalam menjalankan amanah roda organisasi ini. Jadikanlah ya Allah rumah Minang USA ini adalah sebagai amal-amal bakti kami untuk saling bantu-membantu terhadap saudara-saudara kami yang di mana saja berada. Ya Allah, jadikanlah ya Allah kami dapat berkontribusi lebih baik lagi. Berikanlah kami kekuatan ya Allah, kekuatan untuk saling membantu. Jadikanlah kami ya Allah hamba-hambamu yang Kau berikan langkah-langkah pasti dalam berbuat, langkah-langkah yang Kau ridhoi berada dalam kebenaran. Ya Allah, jadikanlah kesehatan selalu sehat walafiat kepada kami semua, kepada senior-senior kami semua ya Allah, kepada pendiri organisasi ini ya Allah. Jadikanlah rumah Minang USA ini ya Allah, Minang USA ini ya Allah Engkau berikan keberkahan, kemudahan, dan jadikanlah generasi kami selanjutnya generasi terbaik, generasi yang memperjuangkan nilai-nilai kebenaran, nilai-nilai yang Engkau ridhoi. Rabbana atina min ladunka rahmah wa hayyi lana min amrina rasyada. Kami memohon ya Allah ampunan-Mu, kami memohon rahmat-Mu, kami memohon ridho-Mu, kami memohon kekuatan energi agar kami bisa melangkah bersama-sama untuk menuju kebaikan. Wafatkanlah kami semua dalam kondisi kebaikan ya Allah, dalam kondisi husnul khatimah, dan berikanlah ya Allah solusi-solusi terbaik dari musyawarah ini ya Allah. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. الفاتحة. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين إن الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين آمين يا رب العالمين.
Jazakallah khair, Ya Ustad, for the opening dua. And again, thank you, Ustad. I would like to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us hidayah. And I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us in this organization as we move forward. Again, I am very pleased. We are very pleased and happy to have you here today for tonight's annual General Assembly for Minang, USA. Without further ado, I would like to introduce Pak Malik Abdullah to give a few opening words before we start tonight's event. Assalamu alaikum, Pak Malik Abdullah.
Waalaikumsalam. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Masya Allah.
Dear Dusana, dear friends, first of all, I'd like to congratulate our younger generations for their activities in having this first ever General Assembly of the Minang USA. I also like to congratulate the member of the AGA who have worked so hard to make sure that this meeting will produce a very beneficial values for all of us. Dear friends in Dusana, allow me here to start with mentioning some of the pantun of Minang. Adat biasa kita pakai, limbago nan samo dituang, nan elok samo dipakai, nan buruk samo dibuang.
Masya Allah. Tambah celai.
Celai, anak-anak kata mangga dua, sabo menurui sakanda hati. Kabuki tarang hujanlah tadua, nan hilang patui dicari.
Masya Allah, santiang.
Pantun ini really reflects what Minang USA is all about. The first pantun says that limbago nan samu dituang, nan elok samu dipakai, nan buruk samu dibuang. Itu merupakan suatu fondasi berdirinya Minang USA. We are here just like an island, meaning the immigrants of Minang to the United States. It's just like living in an island. We don't have anything but their culture. And we miss our culture. And because of that, and some of the founder of this organization, and I would like to here mention our thanks to Bapak Duta Martin Umar yang gigih untuk mendirikan Minang USA. Karena beliau merasa bahwa there's an emptiness in our living here in the United States because we used to live in a rich culture, and when we come over here, we don't have anything. Now we start looking for that culture. That's why we established the Minang USA Foundation. As I said, this is our foundation to have the organization. When we first established this foundation, there are 4 of us who went to the city government of Washington, D.C. to have to sign the corporate of incorporation. I myself was there along with Ibu Farida Hassan and her almarhum husband, and our brother Afdal Kuto. 4 of us then, on behalf of the Minang, mainly in Washington D.C. area and Virginia, we signed the incorporation, and that's the time that we have the organization Minang USA. Once it's established, then the next one is, so what else? What else we should do? Well, we know we are going to establish or look around again for our missing culture. But at the same time, we also always remember the plight of our Dusana in the homeland, in the Ranah Minang, especially the young ones. That's why we start with the activities that hopefully benefits the young ones in West Sumatra. But lo and behold, while we're busy arranging for that program, here come the natural disasters in West Sumatra. At first, the earthquake that happens in the what we call Daratan Sumatra Barat. Right away, then we collected donation from the so-called members of Minang USA, and we were able then to distribute some money to 6 masjid in West Sumatra. Not long after that, another bigger earthquake happened in the Pariaman area. Again, together with Indonesia Relief, we collected money, and between these 2 organizations, Minang USA and Indonesia Relief, we were able to buy almost 100 computers that we distributed to the area where it, to the school, mostly the high school and junior high schools in the area that was heavily damaged by earthquake. Beside Pariaman itself, we also give to area nearby Lubua, Basuang, and Maninjau. And I had the opportunity to be there to present the computer. And there's one group of teachers from, I think the name is something with Kambyang. That's nearby Lubu Basuang, who told me, we are very impressed with our Dusana in United States. Here, they are so far away, but they always remember us. And we have been asking our government to provide us with computer to help our children to learn the new technology, but they just ignore us. And here, people from all the way in the United States, they remember us. So thank you, Pa. Tell your people there in America, our thank you for your contribution. We love you because you love us. And I'm an emotional person, and I have to admit that I shed tears after I heard that remarks. And the same thing when together with Ibu Hassan and her almarhum husband, we went to about 6 schools in the Daratan Sumatera Barat, in not Lubu, the Batu Sangkar, Maninjau, and there's probably one in Padang Panjang. There we were greeted by the Bupati of Tanah Datar, and we had the schools that would be receiving our donation that consists of school bags, I believe, shoes, and school uniforms and books. And again, they are very thankful for our contribution. And again, they really appreciate what we've done. And that's the spirit of Minang USA. Another thing is where we got that money from. You know, the Minang people are very creative. So one time we had get together at Pa Arman Hassan house in Virginia, and we then start chatting to each other, which is the best way to get some money for our effort. And that's the time then the birth of the idea of Pasar Minang was born. And Pasar Minang has been the trademark of Minang USA. And for 11 years, we have been having the Pasar Minang, very successful. Then every year, really, many members of the community is waiting, when is Minang USA will be holding Pasar Minang. So unfortunately, because of the COVID, we have to stop doing that. But inshallah, if it is not this year, then maybe in the very near future, maybe early next year, 2023, we could have the 12th Pasar Minang in Washington, D.C. Well, I've been taking a lot of my allotted 5 minutes remarks, but I just want to say that there are a lot of programs that we haven't been able to do. One of this is to bring the smartest kids in West Sumatra to come here for maybe 1 month or a little bit longer than that. So he or she could see how to live in the United States. And hopefully when they go back to their homeland, they will share his experience or her experience in the United States, and all with the hope that the students will have willingness to learn even harder. One more thing, and then after that I will stop. That is the program that we have been trying to do, but is to send our own children, our own maybe college students, to go to the areas in West Sumatra, and they could teach. At least they could teach English, but if they are good in mathematics, they could teach the students there in mathematics or whatever their expertise is about. And so now I'm begging this young generation if they could make it realize these programs that we never able to do. I'm sorry taking so much time. And again, I'd like to congratulate all of you, the younger generation, for this opportunity and for this meeting. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, Pak Malik Abdullah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Everyone, I'm Malik Kadir, and I'm part of this year's AGA committee for Minang, USA. Thank you again, Pak Malik, for the very thorough remarks about the history of Minang, USA, and what it means for our intentions going forward with the organization to support Minang people. I think this is a really good time to transition to our next section, which is going to be words from the current president of Minang, USA, my cousin Putra Yularnis.
So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Pak Ustadz, for the doa. Terima kasih, Pak Malik, former president of Minang, USA. By the way, I really like your shirt, Pak Malik.
Thank you.
All right. So my name is Putra Yularnis. I'm the current president of Minang, USA. As a second-generation Indonesian American and the son of a fellow Minang young, one that Moranto from Bukit Tinggi to the USA, it has been a great honor to be a part of this organization. In the last 2 years, it has been a very difficult time for our community due to COVID, but we have overcome and still strive in these difficult times. In these 2 years, we had difficult times, but we still had events. We had multiple service volunteers for local communities like Imam and IA. We had our own food drive with Nourish Now. We also had a webinar with former Vice President Yusuf Kalal on COVID-19. We also had an amazing community picnic. Even though we had our challenges throughout these past 2 years, I believe that we will continue to grow and prosper prosper, inshallah, for many years to come. My vision for Minang USA in the next year includes connecting with our youth, collaborating with local organizations, and becoming the connection bridge for Minang people in the United States of America. The best part of being the president of Minang USA in these past 2 years was being able to see countless smiles in our community throughout this pandemic. This picnic we had in September was extremely heartwarming, not just for me, not just for myself, but to everyone in this community. We want to continue this momentum to uplift the community, promoting Minang culture and strengthen our organization. To grow Minang USA with art, food, culture that this community has built since 1997 in the USA. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Putra, for going over your thoughts about the past experience as president and going forward with Minang USA. Next, we are going to go over a very important section, which is reviewing the bylaws, which are going to be put up for voting, put up for a vote for adoption by the membership today. Let me make sure that I have all our bases covered here. So as discussed, we're going to formally vote for the bylaws for the Minang USA organization. And the sections that are highlighted here are an update to what was previously sent via email and through the Minang USA group chat. I've received confirmation that we currently do have quorum in the Zoom call right now. So therefore, we are going to go ahead and open up the floor to vote for the adoption of the bylaws after I review these highlighted sections. These were brought up for concern or for additional look after the previous town hall 2 weeks ago for Minang USA's AGA. The first section says, Minang USA seeks to further the common good and betterment of the people of the Indonesian diaspora community of Minang descent, primarily, and the greater community at large, generally. And then the final sentence also has an update here for section 2, Article 1. I should have started with that. This is section 2, Article 1 of the bylaws. So if you want to take a closer look at this section and the section that follows, please feel free to do so. The final sentence, to this end, Minang USA shall promote and further the progress of the following, and then the following sections, which you can pull up in the full bylaws, are contained within. Now we're going to go ahead and formally open up the floor to vote for the adoption of the bylaws. The way we are going to do this is all those who are in favor of adopting the bylaws, which includes these added updated portions, please say aye or use the reaction button on Zoom. So if you're on a computer, it should be on the bottom of your menu options, the second to last option, a second option to the right. And you can use that to raise your hand in approval. We're going to give you all 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
And we are going to ask that you please lower your hand if you would like, just if you can right now, just so we can properly count the next section of the votes. You can do that by clicking the reaction buttons again. Therefore, like if your hands are raised now, it should say lower hands, please. Okay, now we're going to give a chance for anyone who is against the adoption of the bylaws, which again includes these updated sections. Please speak up now or use the reaction button to raise your hand accordingly to note your objection to the bylaws. Okay, we're gonna have 5 seconds to count these. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I think let's vote for disapproval. Okay, great. We have had confirmation from our team. So therefore, as of 8:17 p.m. on March 20th, 2022, Minang USA bylaws are finalized and adopted by the membership. Any additional concerns with the bylaws hereafter will be handled through the formal amendment process. Please refer to the bylaws themselves for the specifics of the amendment process. These additional amendments or concerns will be addressed in the next annual General Assembly. Thank you very much, everybody, for your participation and your attention to the bylaws section. Next, I'm going to hand this over to Sister Kirana Celestio to go over a little bit about the election process.
Thank you, everybody, for adopting the bylaws. And now the polls are open and it will remain open until the end of the program. Please open the chat for the link to the poll so you can vote for the BOT candidates. As a reminder, you need to be a registered member of the Minang USA in order to vote. The link to vote will be provided in the chat. You need to be registered to vote. If you're not registered, it should automatically send you to register and you can go back to the voting link and make your votes. Don't forget, every vote counts, and thank you for your participation. So we had 7 nominees for the BOT, and they are Estaza Manzano, Sharif Kadir, Ray Rumedy, Nini Asikian, Putra Yularnis, Astrid Maswar, and Anissa Hassan. Out of these 7, the top 4 nominees that receive the most votes will become trustees with a term limit of 2 years. The other 3 will have 1-year term limit and will be up for re-election next year. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to vote.
I cannot open.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sister Kirana, for
Yeah.
going over that and for formally opening the polls. And thanks,
Come
Andy,
here,
for sending over the
where?
information in the chat. So again, the information about the bylaws, which we were going over earlier, as well as where to vote, are in the chat for the Zoom now. If you have any questions, please feel free to shoot a message over, but it should be pretty straightforward. So give it a second to load when you log in. It took me a second when I just went in myself and I wasn't sure if it was working. So please be patient there. Next, I'm going to go ahead and introduce the agenda for the rest of the Annual General Assembly. We're going to begin the formal program by going over the annual report. So this is going to review a couple different sections. The main annual report is broken down into 3 sections, going over the board evaluation. We are going to go over the financials as well as the annual budget for the upcoming year. And then finally, we'll go over the program evaluation. Following that, the annual report section, we are going to go over future programs and goals for Minang USA. We're going to have some words of appreciation from President Putra Yularnis again. After that, we will formally get an update on the status of the polls and the election. We're going to allow the floor to be open for question and answer. And the moment that a lot of people have been waiting for, we will have the election results announced after the Q&A. We will close off the night with with the closing dua and some final remarks from the main chair of the AGA committee, Daniel Ser. Okay, without further ado, we'll pass this on to Estaza Manzano to go over the board evaluation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone. My name is Estaza Manzano, or as anyone know, everyone calls me Taz. I'm part of the BOT, the current BOT now, and I'm the vice president of Minang USA currently. I'd like to share an evaluation of the organization's overall performance. As many of you can relate, we had a few challenges the past couple of years with the pandemic. Having new appointed leaders and adding new members advisors to Minang USA, I want to share four main topics for the evaluation of our organization. Number 1, COVID-related impacts. Number 2, community engagement. Third, challenge in building the team. And finally, the development of our marketing team. COVID-related impacts. COVID impacted us through timing, execution of events, and community outreach. This was overall a bad time to establish a nonprofit. We needed to rely on social media for a lot of our communications, and knew we needed to establish better marketing platforms. Because we couldn't do a lot of things in person, we hosted virtual activities like our webinar, which included the former Indonesian vice president, and at the time, the current governor of Sumatra. We also participated and volunteered alongside other communities in outdoor events like our end of year picnic and food drives. Due to COVID, we were limited in our community engagement. We did what we could by collaborating with other nonprofit organizations and donating funds and manpower to Imam. Community engagement. Even though we couldn't do a lot of the in-person events, we were able to execute a few things to fundraise. We hosted a picnic and assisted our community members that were impacted by COVID. We donated funds to families who unfortunately lost loved ones during COVID, and opened up donation for future needs of the organization. We promoted Minang USA globally by hosting webinars and inviting people around the world to join. We had people from Canada, Australia, Europe, US, and all over Indonesia. Our membership are open to all, and we hope to have a larger membership and participation reach, inshallah, globally. So building a team. Now, building our team seems to have some wins and challenges. The board members were new, young, and there were only 4 of us total at the beginning. We immediately realized we wanted to attract the next generation of Minangs to get involved. Thus, the board members reached out to their networks to get more people and groups to help to get involved. With more members, this helped us share the responsibilities and collaborations. We were able to get more tasks completed by dividing responsibilities and duties. Finally, when it came to building the team, we wanted to differentiate ourselves from others by marketing Minang USA and showing our abilities as a group. Speaking of marketing, I think this is our biggest success. Marketing was something we knew we could focus on during the pandemic. We wanted to build an organization that resonates with the current generation. So we use social media platforms and technology for a lot of our events. As you'll experience with our voting platform, the link you just used, or hopefully will use, and paperless communication like the WhatsApp groups and email, and obviously the Zoom call. Finally, we wanted to create proper marketing platforms. We leverage various subject matter experts within our advisory board to revamp our logo, flyers, and website. As you look at our Minang USA logos and communications, we wanted to resonate and show our Minang pride. As I evaluate, we had some success and shortcomings. I look forward to future community engagement, more membership, and continued success in our marketing. I also hope that Minang USA will be recognized nationwide, and inshallah, in the future, we would have a global presence. Thank you, everyone, and back to you, Brother Malik.
Thank you, Taz. Next, we're going to go over the finances from Minang USA, as well as the annual budget for the upcoming year. Sister Anissa Hassan will take the lead on this section of the annual report.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Anissa Hassan, and I am the treasurer of Minang USA. I will discuss the financial review and the annual budget. On the left here, we have the Minang USA fiscal year 2021 statement of activities. The difference between restricted and unrestricted income is that restricted donations can only be used for a designated purpose, and unrestricted donations can be used for any purpose. Taking a closer look at our income, the total unrestricted revenue and gains we have received came to $632. This was through general donations from the community and through the events we held in 2021, such as the picnic and the fishing tournament. When looking at the restricted revenue and gains, we received $524.24 through restricted donations, such as for the intention of helping with funeral arrangements. The total revenue and gains, including restricted and unrestricted income, came to $1,156.24. Now, taking a closer look at our expenses for the year 2021, our total expenses, including restricted and unrestricted, came to $2,371.46. As Brother Estaza had mentioned, we had to increase our marketing. So a part of our 2021 expenses was to fund our marketing and social media exposure. Our expenses without restriction, including operating expenses such as banking fees, reimbursements, purchases, and technology expenses such as Wix and Google. Our expenses with restriction included a community support expense, which in this case was a funeral contribution. Now, to summarize our assets, in the beginning of the year, we started off with $5,190.40, and our ending net assets was $3,975.18. So our change in net assets was $1,215.22. Moving on, I will discuss the analysis of our income versus expense for the year 2021. To preface, in December, there was a payment error made to the DC Corps, and the process was submitted 9 times due to a glitch. However, we have already submitted a request for a refund, and it would take around 6 to 8 weeks to process. Over here, we have drawn reports to compare what our analysis would look like with and without the registration fee error. As we can see in comparison, our total end of year difference of how much income we have received versus the expenses we have made was significant. Regardless, we have found that we have all of these expenses, but yet we were not able to support it with the revenue coming in. We have concluded that we need to be more creative and expand our programs to be able to support the basic foundations of the operations of Minang USA. Looking forward to 2022, I will now discuss the Minang USA proposed 2022 budget. Our ending balance from the previous year was $3,975. By reviewing our financials from 2021, we have proposed that our total budget for our income in 2022 would be $9,475. This income would be split between donations we receive and the money we make through fundraising. We would need to receive around $2,500 in donations, which, as we can see from the pie charts, account for 25% of the budget income. So to put things in perspective, let's look at our Minang USA WhatsApp group. As of right now, we have around 86 participants in the group chat. Let's say each person donates $25. We would already have $2,150 from donations alone, which would already help us almost meet our goal of $2,500 in donations. For fundraising, we would need to make around $3,000, which, as we can see from the pie charts, account for 32% of the budget income. This would come from our future events that we want to do as a community. The total expenses we are expecting from our proposed 2022 budget would be around $9,450. When discussing our budget concerning our expenses, we would break it down into program objectives, organizational expenses, and operating expenses. Our proposed budget for program objectives would be $4,400. For organizational expenses, it would be $1,500, and for operating expenses, it would be $1,050. Our proposed budget for our carryover funds would be around $2,500. So carryover funds would be our funds to ensure we are able to continue with organizational and administrative needs in the next fiscal year. Our total variance when subtracting our expense from income would be around $25. Moving on. So what does the allocation of the Minang USA 2022 budget look like? First, our program objectives would be broken down into community outreach, health and wellness, international relief, team building, and fundraising. We can see from the pie chart, our goal is to allocate around 45% of our programs towards community outreach. Second, our organizational expenses would be broken down into marketing expenses, administrative expenses, and reimbursements. We can see that 53% of our organizational expenses would be allocated towards marketing. Lastly, our operating expenses would be broken down into technology expenses, supplies, postage printing, and bank charges and fees. To learn more about how to donate to our organization, please visit minangusa.org/support-us. As always, thank you for your continued support. Minang USA is growing because of generous donations like yours. So please continue to give so we can continue to give back to our communities. Every little bit helps, and we hope to have a more eventful and prosperous 2022, inshallah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Sister Anissa, for that very thorough review of the finances and the annual budget for the upcoming year. For the final part of the annual report, we're going to have Brother Sheriff Kadir go over program evaluation.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sharif Kadir, and I'm the current board member of Minang USA. I'll be going over the programs we were able to implement in 2020 and 2021. When we began our journey as a board of Minang USA, we did not foresee the challenges that would come with the COVID pandemic. Despite the communal restrictions we had to face during these past 2 years, Minang USA made it a priority to stay connected with one another, whether virtually or safely in person, and to give back to the community as we were all struggling with the impact and effects of the pandemic. As an organization, we had to be creative with our events and our collaborations with various local community organizations, utilizing the new technologies of Zoom and managing social distances for in-person events. We're proud and excited to highlight and share some photos and successes from the many events that have taken place and share our thoughts on how to improve our events in the future. In June 2020, during the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic, we held our first webinar entitled Hope and Resilience during the COVID-19 crisis. Speakers included the former Vice President of Indonesia, Yusuf Kala, and at the time, the Governor of West Sumatra, Dr. Irwan Praitno, as well as other distinguished guest speakers and panelists from all around the globe. One of the challenges we faced for this event was scheduling, as we had many panelists who joined us from countries with differing time zones than us, like Australia, Europe, and Indonesia. We were able to overcome these challenges and create an impactful event that we hope to hold again in the future, inshallah. To support the community on Eid al-Adha 2021, Minang USA collaborated with Imam Center to coordinate the distribution of meals for the community after the Eid prayer. Having enough volunteers is always a challenge for any event, but thankfully we had more than enough volunteers to prepare the food and to assist in putting the food boxes together. In the future, we hope to continue partnering up with Imam for future events that will uplift and empower the community. This slide here will show a sample of the card we include with each meal container. The card highlights who we are, our mission, and how to get involved with our organization. We now want to highlight an event we did with the Indonesian American Association, or commonly known as IAA. As the COVID-19 pandemic exacerbated food insecurity concerns for our community members, we realized that there's an acute need to do more to address this growing concern. We partnered up with IAA to address the need over the past 2 years and supported their food drive initiatives to reach community members who are in need of food support. This experience solidified to us the importance of partnering up with other fellow nonprofits to address any community needs and concerns, especially hardships that stemmed from the COVID-19 pandemic. Another lesson we learned from this experience is how we need to market this distribution far in advance of the distribution date to ensure awareness of the event that reaches as many community members as possible. We also partnered up with Nourish Now another local nonprofit, to package and distribute food boxes for first Thanksgiving holiday food drive, which was held in November 2021. Through this partnership, we were able to support 80 families with boxes of much needed food items so that they can have a great holiday season. The challenges we encountered here pertain to the ability of participants to pick up the food boxes on the day of distribution. We had cut a few boxes left over, and we had to strategize delivery or redistribute the boxes to other families who will benefit from them. The challenges we face here were logistical in nature, and we have since learned to ensure communications lines remain open and fluid with distribution beforehand, and also have enough volunteers to transport and have enough storage placement. For the Minang USA Summer Picnic, we enjoyed the Minang, well, we especially enjoyed the Minang USA Summer Picnic that we were able to host in September 2021. As restrictions were slowly lifted, we commemorate the end of summer with delicious food, fun games, and discussions about our community and the Minang USA organization. This event brought together Minang and non-Minang community members together, and we all welcome the ability to gather together once more, as with everything that's happened in the past couple of years. Limitations and types of activities and numbers of participants had to be limited due to COVID precautions. For the Indonesian Independence Day fishing tournament, we had a great time leading the Indonesian event, the day fishing tournament in August 2021. The main challenge for this event was the volatile weather conditions, but eventually let up, and the event was able to continue without any further hitches. Last August, we assisted IAA with a webinar entitled Being Mindful, a conversation about mental health. The goal of this webinar was to raise awareness and end stigmatization around mental illness. We hope to continue to create and implement such events, partnering up with our fellow local community organizations, as mental health is a vital component in our overall health and well-being. We're so very grateful and honored to be able to create, implement, and partner for those past events, and look forward to working with you all to create and partner up for more great events in 2021. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Back to you, Daniel.
Jazakallah khair, Brother Sheriff, and everyone else for giving the annual report. There was one more annual report we need to give, and that's the future events we're going to be holding as an organization. So without further ado, I would like to bring Ray Rumidi to the floor. Assalamu alaikum, Ray.
Walaikum salam, Daniel. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. My name is Ray Rumidi. I'm the event coordinator for Minang USA. I decided to, or volunteered for the event coordinating because I'm very passionate in bringing our community together. Because after 2 years, we have, gone through a lot of uncertainty and isolation due to the pandemic, and I believe that bringing the people in our community together through social events is really important. So without further ado, I want to announce some of the events that we have planned for this year. So the first event we have is during Ramadan. With Ramadan right around the corner, we want to bring everyone together to allow us to buka puasa or break our fast in our community. And then we will be providing the food, providing the venue, and coordinating Salat. And then this is also a good opportunity for us to present our international relief project, where we're going to we're going to ask donations or accept donations from you guys so that we can send money to the Minang people in Indonesia. And then our second event is actually something I'm really excited about, because someone who has been working in the health profession for a couple of years now, I'm really passionate about educating people to live a healthier and more happier life. So I know that a lot of us, me personally, have had friends, family who has suffered a lot of ailments such as diabetes, stroke, and cancer. And a lot of this is very preventable as long as we're able to take the appropriate actions in order to improve our lives. So that way Minang USA is going to provide a health and wellness event where we're going to bring in yoga classes, bringing a yoga instructor, bringing instructors from Pencastilat. That way we can be very interactive and engaging for the people that's attending. And then we're also going to be having health presentations and booths for the event so that we can educate people in the community to have to learn how to live a healthier life. And I think it's really important for us to kind of emphasize in improving our health, because our health is actually the most important commodity for our children and our family. Now, last but not least, we're going to have kind of like what we did last year with the picnic event. We're going to have another fun event where it's going to be kind of like a potluck style picnic, where we're going to have a lot of Indonesian food, a lot of music, a lot of games, so that, you know, the kids can run around and play, and then Ibu Bapa Bapa can, you know, interact and have fun with everybody in our community. So I'm very excited to, you know, have you guys join us in these events because with your support, we can continue to grow these events and our future endeavors. And inshallah, Pak Malik, hopefully we can work hard in, you know, fulfilling your dream and having a Pasar Minang in the future, inshallah, next year. So now I'll give it back to Brother Daniel, and then thank you, everybody. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you so much, Brother Ray, for giving an optimistic look at the future programs and events Minang is going to be holding. And thank you, Brother Taz, Brother Sheriff, and Sister Anissa for giving an annual report on the accomplishments of Minang USA. As you can see, brothers and sisters, we have a lot of events that we have helped run as an organization, and we only look forward to do more for the good of the community. So we appreciate and we encourage you to keep supporting, donating, and showing up to future events and programs, inshallah. Next, we'll be going to our Q&A session for tonight's event. But before that, I would like to bring back Sister Nana to the floor to give us, oh, sorry. I'd like to be bringing back President Putra Yulanis to give a note of appreciation for tonight's event. Assalamu alaikum, President Yulanis.
All right, so these past 2 years it's been amazing working with everybody, the members, but also with this team. First, I want to bring up Ray. He's our latest member in the team. Kind of late. I mean, it's only been a few months, I think, less, probably a month. But the thing about Ray is that whenever he's around, he's always uplifting everyone's energy with that smile of his. Always positive, always supporting others, no matter how things get. He's always just uplifting, being positive. Risa and Nini, they're amazing. You know, like their guidance, they help everybody. The team, especially with their wisdom, and always someone that someone can trust to be in backup with to back up. Astrid, she has like an amazing energy, physically volunteering with everybody. I mean, I think I've seen her the most in the food drives and just in our events and our meetings. She's always there. She's awesome taking notes. Bang Sheriff, he's amazing too, funny guy. Always, he's a great person to be around with, keeping everybody, the team on check, uplifting everybody, and always, thinking stuff outside the box. Andy and Al, man, Minang USA, when our marketing, our websites, our, I don't know, everything that's computer, all these tech wouldn't be there without Andy and Al. Like they're amazing. And last, Montasa, Montasa, he's the vice president, but he's also, to me, he's my partner, advice, not just with cars, but with life. I've always done, every time I have an idea for for growing Minang USA, I would always double check with them. And he's a great team member. Also, I want to thank the AGA committee. You guys are like the real MVPs for this AGA event. Daniel, Malik, Karana, Pandra, Amadri. It's been amazing working with you with this AGA meeting. Thank you. Oh, and sorry, Nadia. Nadia's been, actually, she's been amazing. I don't know. I think she needs to. I have no words for her, but she's been really amazing. She's helped us organize this AGA meeting, moving forward, getting everybody out of their comfort zone. But this is a challenge for us to grow, to become a better organization. Thank you.
Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much, President Putra, for the kind words and notes of appreciation. It rarely goes noticed, the sacrifices and the time, effort, and energy put in to make communal organizations like this happen. To hear those words of encouragement is only going to push us forward. Fi sabilillah, for the sake of good, for the sake of Allah, for the sake of our community. So again, thank you so much, President Putra, for the kind words of appreciation. Without further ado, we will continue to the Q&A session of tonight's event. But before that, I would like to welcome back Sister Nana to the floor to give us an update on the polls for the BOT election. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Nana.
Walaikum salam. So in 5 minutes, we'll be closing the polls and begin counting the ballots. Please bear with us as we calculate the results. We will announce the results shortly right after Q&A. Also, I would like to give a special thanks to Andy Maswar for setting up the election process. Thank you.
Thanks, Andy. Oh, thank you, Sister Nana. So without further ado, we'll be going to the Q&A session. So if there are any questions, comments, or concerns from the floor, from the audience, please feel free. Please feel free to ask now. And Brother Muhammad Adri will be moderating the section. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Adri.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Jazakallah khair, Daniel.
Wa yakum.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi kepada semua yang hadir pada malam ini. InsyaAllah pada kesempatan ini, I will try to moderate this sesi soal jawab, question and answer session. So we will probably have around 15 to 20 minutes for this session, and any question that have not been answered due to the time limit, the BOT will take a note of it, and inshallah we'll share the answer through a medium, maybe WhatsApp or others, inshallah. So the way that we're going to do this is, first of all, if anybody have a question regarding any of the items that relate to the annual report, or any item related to the treasury report, or any program evaluation, or any such thing, or even any question in general, please either raise your hand. You can use the option to raise your hand, and what you can do is mention your name and to whom the question is going to be deferred to, in which then I will solicit the answer from the particular person to answer your question. So I now open this floor to anybody who would like to ask question. Even if you are too shy to ask question, there's always the chat option down there. I will keep looking at the chat options. If anybody type any question down there, as we go along, and hopefully be able to answer question that you may have for the running of Minang USA for the past couple of years, 2020 and 2021. So I open the floor. Saya persilakan kepada ibu-ibu dan bapa-bapa untuk bertanya soalan kepada Board of Trustee kita yang ada pada malam ini, insyaAllah. Silakan. Mungkin juga people from AGA, is there anybody raising their hand, or mungkin ada yang mau bertanya soalan, as I also browse looking at the pictures. I have so far not seen anything either in the chat. Wow, this is an easy job for me. Inshallah. So let's do this. Let's I'll go along. Just calling names from the attendance today. If there's no answer, or you can say no question, then I'll move over. I'll just pick people randomly, inshallah. Tante Ida, do you have any questions that you would like to ask the committee?
Ya,
the BOT?
Assalamualaikum. Terima kasih. Namanya dipanggil pertama, Om Adri. Ini mungkin tidak pertanyaan, tapi kok ada mengganjal kalau dilihat di jumlah partisipan itu kan 40, tadinya 40 maksimal. Terus di total, berarti di total yang hasil vote-nya only 38. So this mean 2 more people still do not vote yet, right?
If I may answer that, inshallah. I know that some participants here are using one Zoom account. So when the link was offered tadi, in case in my case that both me and my wife voted through the same link, and were able to register. But let me defer this question probably to the people who are tallying up the vote, either Andy or but somebody else in the AGA who will be able to answer. Kirana, silakan. Andy or Kirana, would you have any additional to answer Tante Ida about the concern that we have 40 people here, that only 30 people are able to vote?
So I'm currently tallying up the votes. I am seeing 45 total participants at the moment for the voting. I would suggest attempting to refresh the page, maybe to get a more accurate reading. But from my end, we do have 45 out of the 40 participants here. We do have some folks who were not able to make the meeting today that are voting via the WhatsApp group chat.
Okay, thank you very much, Andy.
May I have one more?
Silakan. Silakan, Tante Ida.
One more question.
Yes, please, silakan.
Yeah, I just want to know that, when we see the list of the candidate, and then why they put the blue circle highlight, blue circle next to the name, so not for everybody. So what does it mean then?
Are you referring to the blue, like the check mark?
The blue, yeah, the check mark.
So those are it should only be you that sees that. Those are the votes that you have selected, so that it kind of summarizes who you've picked while also showing
Thank you.
the total number. Yep.
All right. Is that it, Tante Ida? Do you have any more questions?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Terima kasih. Okay, let me pick maybe another random if you have any question. It could be also from the BOT if anybody have a question. Let me get maybe from our AGA member, Malik Kadir. Do you have any question that you would like to ask?
Thanks, Brother Audrey, for being a very engaged Q&A moderator, even though it seems like there's not too much on the question side right now. Yeah, nothing on my end just yet coming to mind, but appreciate you checking in.
Jazakallah khair. All right, let's go in random again. Did I see my friend, my partner in badminton, Pak Oscar, who is here? Do you have any question, Oscar?
No, I think everything looks good. And you guys are doing great in running this AGA, especially the young people.
Awesome,
doing-
awesome. Yes.
Maybe, Bang Oscar, do you have any advice or, any comments about us as an organization? Because I know you've been in multiple organizations before. Maybe do you have any advice for us?
Well, I think it's good that a lot of you start at an early age. You will not get everything in one shot, but gaining experience in running organization is good, especially Minang USA as a starting organization, more focused. That helps you solidify the experience, build a community, smaller community, and then you can that can be what do you call it, starting point for you to move on to different organization and build leadership skills within your organization, because as a leader of an organization, you have to be able to communicate your vision, your strength, approach people, work together, see the differences. So a lot of things you can build while you're running the organization. So, yeah.
Yep.
And
Thank
we're
you very
proud
much
to
for
be
the
working
advice.
with you. So, with Minang USA in many of the IA events too. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It will be as always a pleasure for Minang USA to cooperate with a bigger organization as IAA. So hopefully in the next future to come, we'll be able to be together in a lot of the program, inshallah. Thank you very much. I have here, kalau Bang Oscar don't have any question, but Mbak Dutra ada question. Silakan Mbak Dutra.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.
First, I just want to say congratulations to all of you. I think this is the first time I attend mostly youth meeting for the organization. So I'm very happy, very proud of you. And hopefully in the future, it will be getting bigger and bigger and, going national or maybe international then. But I have some question because I saw the announcement, the notification to join the AGA to become Minang USA membership in several of the WhatsApp group in the IKPA, I think, and the IDA, Mbak Ida, very active, promote everything. IKPA, House of Angklung, the Rumpun Wargi Pasundan. But when I saw the list of the attendant here, mostly are Minang, people or Minang second generation, or me, I used to join with the Arisan Minang, thing like that. So not many people from outside of the Minang people. So just want to ask the future candidate, how you have vision or how you will break the barrier so you can reach out more non-Minang people. Thank you.
Thank you. So this is a general question for anybody, maybe the sitting BOT members. So I would defer this to either Taz or Putra to answer, inshallah.
I can answer that. So what we want to do is, we kind of change things up a bit. We did expand our membership to everyone, and it was a little bit, I would say it was a little bit late to do that. We just started basically this year to kind of expand. So one of the concentrations that we're going to do is we're going to market that a lot harder this year, and to let everyone know that anyone can join in as a member, and it's not a Minang. You don't have to be a Minang descent, right? So we're going to do a lot more marketing through social media, through our events, and also do more outreach programs to other organizations. Other organizations maybe outside of the Indonesian community also, so we can get our name out there and get more recognition from our community at large. And also, the attendee here, I think, is a little bit low than what we expected. It's about 41 people as of right now. I think it's because ini agak bentrokan. Soalnya baru tahu tadi ada acara imam jam setengah 9 atau jam 8 gitu. Jadi sebagian member emang di WhatsApp grupnya bilang, oh sorry nggak bisa datang soalnya gitu, pengajian ada event imam gitu. So in the near future, and we'll try to get in contact with everyone, with other organizations. Jadi kita nggak bentrokan gitu loh. And we would like to, anyone here that's in this meeting that has belong in other organization, also to reach out, to us or to other Indonesian organizations. So when you do have meetings, when you do have events, it doesn't clash with everyone. For example, I know this month we had a lot of, town halls. We have a lot of AGAs going on with other organizations, with Imam, with IAA, and with other organizations. So we did get in touch with those team members or those organizations and make sure that when we do pick a day, it won't, mix up with any other events during that day. And I think this one, it's kind of slipped our mind because we checked the imam schedule and it wasn't listed for anything that's going on today. So it's a learning curve. So, but that what we're going to do for the next future is to do, again, to expand out more, to have our marketing do its thing, and basically have everyone become a member for Minang USA. And for future events, so that it doesn't clash with everyone, we would like to get in touch and cooperate more with other organizations. So the attendees want to be low, and also hopefully everyone else will come to us and kind of coordinate, so that way we can make sure that it doesn't clash with your programs. So thank you.
May I have suggestion?
Sure.
Yeah. So I think if you rely on imam or the Muslim, I think will be always things happen, because like imam, they have so many things event, because and sometimes like if they have like a new ustad or like some guests, they will suddenly have event. So maybe my suggestion is maybe you should like reach out to the non-Muslim too,
Oh yeah, definitely.
the Christian and Catholic, and because so it will be can involve more people.
Yeah, definitely. I mean that's what we try to do. We try to reach out to everyone. Because as an organization, we try to help out all of our community. So we will reach out to everyone else, and also get everyone, even non-Muslims or Muslim, anyone that wants to help out, and it's the same, and have the same vision and same pathway as Minang USA as an organization and is within the bylaws, then they are welcome to help out and come join us, and hopefully in the future it will do that. Thank you, Mbak Dutra.
Thank you, Mbak Dutra, and also Tess, for the explanation. I have one question up in the chat here. Earlier, Omuyong tadi was looking for Nini, and she is here. So Nini posted a question. I'm not. She said here she's unable to use her mic, but the question is, since we have a good number of people here attending our AGA, what you might need help from the community. This is to all the current board members. What kind of help that you probably need in order to make the Minang USA more successful in the future? Silakan. Any of the current board members. Doesn't have to be Taz, or maybe Putra can also answer this, hopefully. Maaf, I'm hearing some background voice at the back. So tadi soalannya again, it is to the any of the member of the board of trustees. Since we have a good number of people attending this beautiful event tonight, what might the association or Minang USA need help from the community? Anybody from the board can address this question?
So the question is, what do we need from the community? Is that what I
Correct,
understand? Okay. We just need involvement, we just need what's very heartening is that we've been able to have a lot of people during these in-person events. Alhamdulillah, it's very difficult. We understand that there's a lot of safety concerns and everything. We just need, we hope that if we are able to, if we are able to get bodies with us in the public in these rare events that we have, to be able to, interact with each other in the safely, obviously, that would help with spreading our, our goals, and would be able to increase our engagement in these sessions like we have today, and they'll also allow us to interact and give us more insight on what everybody wants to do in the future, because we understand there's only a certain amount of engagement that we can have over the internet or on the WhatsApp group. So I hope maybe we can have the community within these chat groups that we have right now, limit to 44 right now in this engagement, but hopefully the ones who are here would be able to we try to push for more engagements and say the food drives or any of these upcoming events, hopefully, that we'll be announcing soon.
I just want to add one more thing. Just from the community, maybe just need a little patience. We're still young and still growing and trying to get used to this nonprofit. I mean, there's a few things that we did, we made mistakes, and we're trying to work with it. Also, in the past 2 years, it was with COVID, and we're just trying to abide the CDC rules. So, inshallah, we'll have Pastor Minang this year and other events.
Okay, thank you very much, Sharif and also Putra. So I would like to open the opportunities for some of our senior in our community, inshallah. One of the most respected elders kita, Om Uyong. Do you have ada soalan atau ada pertanyaan atau ada nasihat untuk anak-anak kita, Om Uyong?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya hanya suggested so far right now, all this organization in Washington DC, it's always help each other. So it doesn't matter how, Minang USA always have support from any organization like Singo Ludoyo, and some of the RWP and everybody, when we do the Minang, Pasar Minang, we always have support. So I don't have to worry about, all this member in Washington, D.C. They always help each other. That's all I guess. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Om Yung. So I have a couple more questions here on the chat. Yeah. First, I would like to. I think is it you, Nadia, that have a question?
Yes, well, it's more like a comment, kalau
Okay.
bisa.
Silakan. Yeah.
Oke, terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I just want to, thank you. I just want to highlight itu bagaimana tim Minang USA ini sangat antusias dan sangat committed to this entire process in the organization. Jadi selama perjalanan menuju AGA ini, setiap minggu itu mereka tuh ada meeting. Ada meeting, and then semuanya datang. So, and di dalam masa when, we're all having challenges and we're all very, very busy, and we always hear that anak-anak muda itu terlalu sibuk atau mereka itu nggak bisa gini atau mereka nggak bisa gitu. Every single one of these leaders here, from the AGA committee to the actual Minang Board of Trustees and the Minang Executive Committees, they have all been present every single week, sometimes several days in a week, to ensure that they have organized this great event and they have processed things correctly, and they have and they are moving into a stronger organization and a stronger foundation for the community and for the organization. So I really, really am in awe of their entire energy, their entire enthusiasm, their passion for the community and the passion for their organization. And I have to highlight that. They're most likely not going to share that here, but I just want to highlight that. It just shows how much they love the community and they love the organization. And I also want to thank them for allowing me to be part of the process, and also allowing me to learn from you all about how to become leaders and about how to process events and to remain committed even though there are all these challenges that may come before you. So again, I just want to highlight how amazing they are, because they are really amazing, and it just shows in how they're able to pull this off, even though a lot of them may not have had the same experience of organizing an annual General Assembly. But it's been processed smoothly from the town halls to this actual event. And again, thank you so very much for your commitment and for your leadership. And inshallah, you have a great 2022. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam, Nadia. Thank you very much for your words of encouragement and also your help in organizing and helping us set up this AGA, the town hall and AGA as well. Jazakallah khair kasira. Jazakallah khair kasira for your effort, inshallah. Ibu Derwina, I see that you are angkat tangan. Mau bertanya soalan, silakan. If you want to.
Oke.
Silakan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Sebenarnya sedikit aja sebetulnya komen juga sih. Yeah, after I follow all this organization from the beginning until now, you know what? I just remember, what is that mean? When I was very active in Jakarta a long time ago, we developed what we call it community participation. Community participation, and then women's role and women's participation and women's development. That's why yesterday when IAA meeting, I asked about the women development. And then this, in this organization, now I realize, and then I can see, oh my goodness, I'm so proud of all the young ladies here. Yay, I can clap hands. Yeah, because look, 3 or 4 of you, you know what? Oh my goodness, I'm so proud. Look, Astrid, Anissa, and Nini, and then at the background is Nadia and Risa and maybe the others. Oh, Masya Allah, this is just open my mind again as remind me our community participation here is work well. Yeah, good, yeah. And then woman development and woman empowerment. Thank you for Musa. This is really like remind me with my ancestor, yeah, from Minangkabau, Sungayang, yeah, that you know what, woman development, woman participation is very, very highly recommended because we are bundokan duang. Kita ini bundokan duang, ya. For that reason, you know, untuk untuk anak-anak pria, jangan berkecil hati kalau misalnya nanti yang terpilih di atas itu nanti kaum young lady. So just support them, please, okay? Because you know this is just like the new generation, di mana woman equality gitu ya, itu sudah tersalurkan di sini, alhamdulillah. For this purpose, saya mengucapkan terima kasih banyak ya kepada semua anak-anak muda di sini, dan insya Allah sukses ya. Terus misalnya misalnya kalau ada yang kurang-kurang begitu ya, silahkan aja saling bahu membahu dan support each other. Oke, terima kasih banyak ya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Amin.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much Ibu Darwina for the nasihat untuk kita semua, especially untuk anak-anak padusi kita, that they are able to come forward and be able to also contribute not only here at Minang USA but throughout their life, their career and such, inshallah. Okay, I would like to kind of like start wrapping up this Q&A. Om Malik, would you want to maybe ask some question? The last question, before we wrap this.
No, thank you, Adri. As a matter of fact, this is not a question, but I would say it is a proposal. There's 7 candidates for this BOT, and we were asked to select 5 or 7. So I would say the instruction is not really clear, but that's okay. What my proposal is that let's adopt that all 7 candidates are now elected as member of the Board of Trustees. And with the point is that the president and vice president will be determined by the amount of vote that they have. And after that, the 7 people, this is only my proposal, the 7 people then can determine who will be the treasurer, who will be the secretary, who will be in charge of the event coordinator, who will be the, I would say, historian. And this is what we are lacking from last administration, that we don't have any documents that we show that what we have accomplished. And that's why I strongly have suggested that we have an historian. And one more position that can be determined by the Board of Trustees in general. And again, this is a proposal. I hope this proposal is approved. The reason being that all these candidates are good candidates, and it's a pity if they don't be in charge of Minang USA this year and some years to come. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you very much.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi
Waalaikumsalam
wabarakatuh.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Malik, for the proposal and suggestion. If I may respond, if you everybody refer to the bylaws that we have, that the board of trustees can be either a member of 5, 7, or 9. So yes, inshallah, whoever to be nominated here have the aspiration to contribute to Minan's USA one way to or another. And inshallah, with this new team that going to be elected tonight, you will see a much improved Minang USA for this year, 2022, and going to 2023, inshallah. I saw earlier Tante Ida still raised her hand.
Iya,
Is this true? Silakan ya, Tante Ida.
terima kasih Adri. Saya hanya mau menyampaikan sesuai dengan ada yang bertanya yang dari Jakarta. Maaf, saya mau bertanya. Ini acara Minang USA, tapi kenapa semua menggunakan bahasa Inggris ya? Bisa, kok hilang chatnya? Bisa bahasa Indonesia atau Minang sedikit begitu. Makanya saya mau berbahasa Indonesia saja. Mungkin dari Om Adri nanti bisa mengkomentari chat yang ada di chat itu. Saya hanya mau mengcongratulate untuk semua Ananda, baik yang Board of Trustees yang kita pilih 2 tahun yang lalu di Imam Center, maupun seperti Nadia, Malik, Re, Daniel, Risa, semuanya mereka betul-betul bekerja keras sehingga bisa menelurkan, men-establish itu bylaw-nya luar biasa. Sampai Anissa nggak pulang weekend ini, dia bilang, Anissa ada meeting Bu. Meeting apa? Minang USA. Saya langsung diam kalau udah sebut meeting Minang USA. Jadi luar biasa mereka semuanya komit untuk menghasilkan sesuatu sehingga dengan kerja kerasnya sehingga dibalas oleh Allah Subhanahu wa taala atas kerja keras mereka untuk community dan untuk yang lebih luasnya. Terus mungkin hanya berkomentar tentang itu, keep going. Jadi we are with you.
Yes.
Terus mungkin Adri bisa mengomentari ada yang members yang dari Jakarta yang hadir juga.
Insyaallah. Ya, Tante,
Assalamualaikum.
terima kasih Tante Ida.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam Tante Ida. Thank you very much for your observation dan juga komen. Untuk dusanak kita dari Indonesia yang join pada malam ini, insyaAllah. I believe ataupun saya boleh katakan kita di sini ada beberapa generasi keluarga Minang, terutama daripada generasi pertama yang datang ke Amerika Syarikat yang masih bisa berbahasa Minang. Saya sendiri mungkin sudah generasi kedua ya. Jadi untuk berbahasa Minang itu mungkin agak sukar kerana tidak pernah berada dalam situasi di ranah Minang. Jadi mungkin bisa mengerti tapi tidak bisa berbicara. Begitu juga dengan mungkin generasi-generasi yang kedua dan ketiga yang kebanyakan lahir di Amerika Syarikat dan mendapat edukasi di Amerika Syarikat. Walaupun tidak bisa berbahasa Minang atau berbahasa Indonesia dengan fasih, tapi mereka itu masih punya semangat yang kuat untuk sama-sama bersama dengan generasi yang terdahulu untuk sama-sama kita memperkenalkan budaya Minang Kabau kita di Amerika Syarikat dan juga sama-sama kita untuk melihat kebutuhan masyarakat kita di Amerika Syarikat dan juga melihat kebutuhan kepada masyarakat kita kembali di Sumatera Barat. Jadi itu sahaja mungkin serba sedikit background untuk dunsanak kita yang berada atau yang join kita pada malam ini dari Indonesia, insya-Allah. Hopefully itu adalah jawapan yang mungkin untuk mereka, insya-Allah. Jadi I would like to close this session, Q&A session pada malam ini. Tetapi sekiranya masih ada yang mau bertanya soalan, do not hesitate untuk bertanya melalui kami di AGA ini. Tapi kami di AGA ini, alhamdulillah setelah selesainya acara ini, we are not AGA members lagi. Tapi komunikasi secara langsung bisa dilakukan straight to the people who will be elected as the new BOT, and we are at Minang USA will answer it inshallah as transparent as possible and as clear as possible, not only to the members of Minang USA but also to the general population as well, terutama kepada komuniti Indonesia di DMV inshallah. So without further ado, I would like to
Can I
give this.
speak?
Siapa tu? Maaf.
Sorry.
Who's that?
Yeah, can I speak, Putra? I'm Nia from Bandung, Indonesia.
Yeah, yes, please, please. Inshallah.
Yeah, thank you so much, and sorry for bothering you. Yeah, first of all, I'm very appreciated to invite this meeting. Thank you so much to Estaza as well as the Minang USA organization or Minang USA Board of Trustees to invite me. I hope USA Minang will play good contribution, especially for the introduce our culture Minang in USA, as well as all in the world. And also I hope, I'm very hope Minang USA can develop, support each other, especially to help for our next generation who study there to pursue their study. And I hope also Minang USA can help each other, can solve the problem to all people, to all Minang people in there. So hopefully it will come true and success all for you in there. Thank you so much, Putra. Yeah.
Jazakallah khair. Thank you very much, Ibu Siti Rusdiana dari Bandung tadi ya. Alhamdulillah.
Yes.
As we are, I know Minang USA wanted to rebrand Minang USA, not only to be here in the US, we want to have participation and members also di merata dunia. Whether you are in Indonesia, whether you're in Europe, Australia, inshallah, in years to come, we'll be able to attract more members and be able to communicate
Good.
with everybody around the
Good.
world, inshallah. So,
If I could say one more thing, I know we mentioned about outreach and engagement. A lot of us actually are here are actually on the WhatsApp group, so don't be hesitant to talk to us, to express your concerns. Probably for me, in English, but but yeah, please give us your advice, or recommendations. Anything, we're more than welcoming of your ideas to strengthen this this organization. And again, from the bottom of my heart and bottom of from the board and the executive committee that set this, and thank you for helping with this. Really truly deeply appreciate your engagement with us and being here tonight. Thank you so much.
all right. Thank you very much, Sharif, for your thoughts, inshallah. So, yep, Daniel, it's your show again. I'm putting it in your plate. Thank you very much, everybody. Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah khair, Brother Muhammad Adwi. And thank you all for the wonderful questions, comments, concern, advice, criticism. This community has been existent for a very long time. I know because I grew up in this community, but having a solid foundational organization to support communal causes and to support community activities, that is just something we need more of. So your continued support and dedication is truly appreciated. Jazakallah khairum to you all. Without further ado, we will now announce the results of the BOT election. And for that, I invite back Sister Nana to give the results. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Nana.
Thank you, Daniel. And now the moment we all been waiting for. The results are finally in. So the top 4 nominees are Astrid Masfar, Anissa Hassan, Estaza Manzano, and Putra Yularnes. And again, they will have a 2-year term limit. Ray Rumadi, Sheriff Kadir, and Mimi Barber. They will have a 1-year term limit and will be up for re-election next year. Congratulations to all the trustees. Thank you.
Woo.
Woo!
Congratulations, mabruk to the new board.
Congratulations, everyone.
We're so happy to see your happy faces on the board. Congratulations to you all. And may Allah give you much blessings, courage, and strength throughout your term. So with that, I would like to close out tonight's event with a short closing dua. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. Allah, and praise be to you as you praise yourself. I bear witness that there is no deity except Allah. I seek your forgiveness and I ask for your forgiveness. With that, thank you again to everyone for coming out tonight and showing much support and encouragement to this organization. We look forward to seeing you live at our future events and programs, and we look forward to your continual support. Jazakallah khairum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, Daniel. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everyone, for coming.
And thank you to our remarkable ATA and the BOT and everyone who put this together. We could not do this without you all.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Love you all.
Thank you.
Makan.
Thank you.
Terima kasih
Congratulations
semua.
all.
First of many, inshallah.
Izin live ya.